That's unnatural sex practices. Passion, evil desires, covetousness. And so these things, we try to overcome them, but I want you to see one word in verse 5. What's the first word of that verse? When you see the word therefore, what should you ask? It's connected to what was just said. It says, set your mind, seek those things above, where Christ's sitting at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, not on the earth. And if you'll do that, the Spirit of God will put those to death for you. See, go back to verse 5. Those things, what are called spiritual rats. Now, they're not little cute little mice, if you're into the mice one. No, they're rats. The ugly, gnarly rats. And how do you deal with spiritual rats? Well, if you try to deal with them yourself and exterminate them yourself, they'll just get bigger and meaner. No, the Spirit of God will deal with them. I want to give you a story, a true story, of an English pilot. His name was Sir Handley Page. Sir Handley Page. And he was a pilot in the early 1900s in Britain. And he was flying in open cockpit. They didn't have autopilot. And so he was in open cockpit. That's back like with Snoopy, with Scarf flying, the Red Baron. That's like him flying. And so one day, true story, he was flying, and all of a sudden he heard squeaking behind him. So he was able to turn around, and he saw a big, large rat gnawing on one of his control lines. Well, he had no autopilot to get up and go kill the rat, so he had to stay in the cockpit. So he knew immediately what he had to do. So he pulled the stick back, and he climbed the plane, and it climbed, 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 and it climbed to where it was hard for him to breathe. And then finally the rat stopped. The rat couldn't live in rarefied air. How are you going to deal with the spiritual rats gnawing at your life? Take them up higher. Where? To the throne of God, where Christ sits at the right hand.
Wow, that's good.
Instead of trying to deal with them, just bring them before God and just worship Him and receive love and love and love. Just receive from Him and focus on Him. And I can't explain it, guys. Just beholding Him as He is and believing that He is love and He loves you, and as He is, so are you. Power flows from Him by the Holy Spirit up to your spirit, and it kills the rats in your life. Look at Romans